So, what do you plan on writing this year? Hello, I'm Mike with WriterSanctuary, and today I want to talk about getting ready for NaNoWriMo in November 2022. Now, what is NaNoWriMo? It's National Novel Writing Month. It's traditionally held every November, and it inspires writers to take to writing their books. The goal is to hit 50,000 words before the end of the month. Now, that's only 1,667 words per day. And depending on the day, I can have that done before breakfast. Of course, that's if I don't have anything else going on, which I normally do. So why does NaNoWriMo matter to me? Well, last year I started Kingmaker from NaNoWriMo, and it's a great way to motivate me to get more out of my writing. Granted, I didn't really take it to the fullest extent that I could have, but given the nature of everything I do throughout the week, you can probably understand why. And the great thing is I want to have Kingmaker done before the end of this week, it looks like. I know, it shouldn't have taken me a year, but, it is what it is. This year I plan on completing my story from Wattpad, 7. This is a horror story that I started back in 2016 that I really haven't put a lot of effort into finishing. But I figured this is a good way to finish it off and be done with it 6 years later. Now, to hit the 50,000 word count goal, I'm going to have to write 2,000 words a day. This is because I plan on going on vacation in Thanksgiving back to home to visit with my mom and dad. Now, last year I fell short of the 50,000 word count because, I went on vacation for 5 days and I didn't write the whole time I was there. That's because I've been trying to take to not working while I'm away and trying to take a vacation, even if it's just a trip to go home, because I'm so tired of burning myself out. This means I need to set up a 2-hour chunk of time in a sauna. Now, right now I set aside about an hour and a half for Kingmaker, so ramping it up to 2 hours a day probably won't impact a lot of things in my day. And mostly because the outline of 7 is already there, I just want to rewrite the entire thing because, it's a little cringy. Now, each chapter will be updated on Wattpad as I complete them. Will you quit chewing on my microphone? So you'll be able to see it, not necessarily in real time, but whenever I finish polishing up each story that's in 7. In fact, I've even gone so far as to create a whole new book cover for it, specifically for this NaNoWriMo. And yes, I used Canva to create it. I love Canva. So why do I care so much about finishing 7 on Wattpad? Mostly because I am tired of having projects that are never complete. I have a ton of stories that I started, never finished. I'm prone to starting things and then getting sidetracked with other projects and never finishing the thing I started. This has been an issue most of my entire life. But this year, I've been trying to get things completed as I go, and I'm looking forward to finally getting this one done. It was supposed to be a Halloween story back in 2016, and here we are, 2022. So this is going to be one of those accomplishments that I can look back and say to myself, yeah, I finished it finally. So will I write more stories on Wattpad in the future? Probably. I've been playing around with a lot of different writing platforms like Inkit. I would love to get more on it, and I come across a couple of other ones that look promising, but Wattpad always holds a special place in my heart, mostly because, I've been on the system for almost, 8 years now. So for this NaNoWriMo, I'm going to finish off 7, publish on Wattpad, and so there we have it. That's my plan for NaNoWriMo this year. I suspect 7 is going to be about a 50,000 word book anyway because of how it's put together. So I might have 7 done by the end of November. So I'll have technically two published books this year. Yeah, one of them is on Wattpad, but still. I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I'll probably start the second book to Kingmaker in December. So what stories are you planning to write for NaNoWriMo if you're doing it? And if you are, my NaNoWriMo link is in the description down below. I'd love it if you connected and we can do it as a group. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. For more videos about self-publishing, freelance writing, blogging, or anything else I cover, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think that's going to do it for me today. I'll see you next time.